Shabbat Shalom, Yasharel, and Yehuda, and to all those grafted in, and to those with humble hearts. Hallelujah. All glory to the Most High Yah. Thank you for another Shabbat, Yahuwah. Thank you for my brothers and sisters. Thank you for your plans to save us. Thank you for my husband. Thank you for my children, our health. So much to give thanks and honor and glory for. And I hope that we're all just really taking the time in this busy chaos and this system in this world to step back from it. And it can be really challenging, when you're just out there, you don't have your brothers and sisters around you, you don't have help, He said that they will cry because there are no helpers. And but some are coming together. Praise Yah for that. And anyway, I just hope that you are able to make the most of Shabbat and to really get some rest and slow down and strive, to enter that rest. And I pray the same for myself. Hallelujah. In the name of Yahusha. I just wanted to get on real quick and say I was listening to a brother. Unfortunately, I don't remember the name of his ministry, but I really appreciate how he mentioned that, not all Hebrews are going to come looking like a Hebrew. They might look more like an Edomite. And that's so true, because a lot of people get offended when you start talking about, that the Jews were enslaved in this country, but we're not saying all black people are Hebrews. Just like Yah said, not all Israel is Israel. So even of the bloodline, if you don't have the seed of Abraham in you of faith, if you don't have the spiritual seed in you, if you're not regrafted back in again, the bloodline will do you no good. So the reason that we bring up the truth of history is simply because it's the truth of history, and it matters for them, for their identity, and to have the connection to the prophecies and the things that have been going on in their lives. And it's not too hard to understand why it would matter to figure out people's identity, but it is not about saying all black men are going to be saved and no white men are going to be saved. That's just a lie. That's obvious. And just like the brother said, not all Hebrews are going to look like a Hebrew by their physical appearance, because we have to be a Jew on the inside. We have to be a Hebrew on the inside. Whether we have the bloodline or not, that will not save us. And my family, we do not teach that. We are very strong and passionate on the topic that the Jews were enslaved here. And also, at least 5 Native American tribes: Cherokee, Chicopee, can't even say them right, Muskogee, Ketubah, and there's one other. I'm sorry, I tried to get a book, but the book never came. And it was about all the Hebrew similarities, all the Hebrew characteristics, and practices of these tribes, and that they were definitely Hebrews. And, they found Hebrew written here, Paleo-Hebrew written here, and we know that they came over here and that the Jews were enslaved here. This is historical facts. So it's not racism when we talk about that the Jews were enslaved here, because it's only because they taught us racism that we automatically think black and white, but not all blacks are Hebrews either, and not all Hebrews are Hebrews. So it matters, but it's not about racism, okay? And they have thrown that in there to cause confusion and stir. There's a lot of people, they are racist, yes. And we've been brought up in this racist world, but it's not, it's if you say that, a Hebrew was, the Jews were enslaved in this country, that is just so we know who's who, because, there is still a bloodline, and just because we're identifying a tribe does not make us racist, because in history, they did not say black and white and brown people. They said the name of the tribe. So it's not racist. It's just that, if you look back in history and you find out that a certain tribe of people looked a certain way, okay, for example, Laban means white. And Laban was, a contributor to Israel. His seed is mixed in with Israel. And he was like Sarah's relative or somebody's, I'm kind of mixed up on it right now, but one of his daughters married Jacob. I think it was Laban's daughters that married Jacob, right? And Laban means white. So he was a white guy, and he could have been, I don't know his whole lineage, but it was mixed in from the beginning. So that's not being racist. That's just talking about facts. And this shouldn't bother us. Otherwise, we're the one that have racism in our heart. We should be able to talk about the facts, and we should love and declare, not love what has been done in history, but love the truth, even history. Like, we should rejoice to come to this understanding, because I'm personally very, very happy for my Hebrew brothers and sisters that have been oppressed. I'm very happy for them, for what Yah is going to do specifically for them, and it is first to them. And they are the ones that have experienced the most trouble in this world, because just like Christ, they were broken off so we could be grafted in. So we owe them, and he is going to exalt them, because the ones who've been oppressed and afflicted, he's going to lift them up. And of course, they have to be in him. They have to have turned to him. Otherwise, that's why he tells Baruch or Ezra, how bad it would be to suffer in this life, all the suffering, but also then to go on into eternity, and to suffer with your enemies, whether that's for eternity or not. I don't personally believe that people are burning alive in hell forever. That was one of the first things that the Most High showed me that I just couldn't compute. And then I felt like, that's for another time. But it's not about race. It's about tribes, and it's about facts, and it's about history, and it's about identity. It's not about what y'all trying to turn it into, what these devils trying to turn it into. So I just hope that helps open some eyes. And praise Yah, hallelujah, Shabbat Shalom. I love y'all, and let's just be lifting each other up as we face these times. Hallelujah.